Hey guys, in this video I want to show you a little bit of information on your prayer page. And so from our sample website, I'm going to go to our prayer wall, and that's what I meant, the prayer wall. And your prayer wall will look similar or very different than this one. This is just from our sample website. And so maybe you want to kind of get some information. How do I maneuver? How do I make prayer requests? How do I change information on this prayer wall? So let's go ahead and go to our dashboard. And if you go all the way to the bottom here, you'll see that you have some WP prayer, and then you have some options here. And so let's go ahead and just click on that, and we're just going to go through all of them rather quickly to show you what there is. So some of this information is relevant to you. If you know how to play with short code, if you have access to that, you can go ahead. If not, you can always feel free to reach out to us to make any customization changes. But outside of that, there's some things that you can do. You can add prayers. You can manage submitted prayer requests here, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's kind of what we're looking at. So let's look at manage prayers. Manage prayers. All right, so let's click on that. And automatically it's going to show you all the different prayers that came in. And so you can come in here and you can click on edit if you need to edit this prayer for whatever reason. You can say maybe it was supposed to be a praise report instead of a prayer request. You can change that there. You can change the title if you want. And then now, obviously, this is someone that's already come in onto your website and submitted a prayer. So if you need to edit their prayer, then you can go ahead and do that here. Okay. And then you hit save. And so that's how you would edit any type of prayers or praise reports that have come in already. You can just hit manage prayers and make any changes to them. You can delete them if you need. Also, you can click on prayers. And if there are any prayers for that particular prayer, or prayer request. So, for example, if someone came in and hit reply, so let's just do that. Let's do reply to this one, and we're just gonna put in some gibberish here, and we're gonna put in my name and contact information and submit. So now this is me praying for this particular prayer request, and you can see now it's come in. So if I let's come back here just so you can see manage prayers. And so this is the need help. That's the need help prayer that I just went in there and prayed. So if I click prayers, it'll show up any prayers that came in. Anybody that prayed for that prayer request would show up in there. So let's see. It's just showing the IP addresses that went there. Hang on, let's go back. Okay, actually, I'm sorry. So it will show it here how many counts you have. So there it is there, and you can make You can make any edits on there, but that's basically showing you how to kind of edit any prayer requests. I mean, usually you won't have to, but that's what that does there. Email settings is probably the most important thing that you'll want to know how to do here, and so so when a prayer request is made, someone submits a prayer in here. Um, the question is, well, how do I change where that prayer request is emailed to? Obviously, all your prayer requests can come in here under Manage Prayers, but let's say, but it also will be emailed to someone. So the admin will receive it, and you can change who that is by changing it there. But let's say you want to send it to other people as well. So you want your pastor to get it, but you also have like maybe 2 or 3 prayer elders that you want. Well, you can add in their email address and separate each one by a comma. Just put in all their emails and just separate it by a comma. Okay. And then who do you want it to be from? And so this email is from, the name of this example is Faith Gospel Church. But it'd be your church name and then your church name address, your email address. And so that is the sending reference. Now, prayer request. So this is when a prayer request comes in. This says prayer request information, and it says thank you for submitting your prayer. So when someone submits a prayer request, meaning when they submit this report and they have this option chosen, then they will receive this email. It'll have this as the title of the email and this as the body of the email. So if you want to change any of this information, I would just go ahead and change it. I would leave these in there, the prayer author name, because that's going to pull this name and it's going to submit it, add it here when it's sent to the email. And if you want to change anything in between the bracket with the P's, then you would just change that. Leave the brackets there and just change any information in there. Same thing for the praise report, okay? And then when an email is sent, this is what's going to be sent to the emails that you have added up here. It'll say a new request type. So it'll either say a new prayer request or a new praise report has been received, and then it'll give all this information. I really would just go ahead and leave that alone. There's really no need to change that information. But you can go ahead and change that if you like. Again, make sure that you just change what's in between the P's and I would leave the brackets alone as well. Okay. And then you would just go ahead and save changes. But that's probably the most important thing that you need to know how to update in the future. Usually we get this information from you before your website goes live. So it should be set the way you requested it. But if you have any future changes, if you want to add different elders, prayer elders, or remove different people from there, you can go ahead and do that. If your email changes, you can do that. This would be a good thing for you to do. And you've got some other options there as well too. So you can play around with it. But basically, those are the main things that you need to know on how to change it. Of course, if you ever have any requests, any needs, any questions, we are here to help you. We have partnered alongside you. Our heart is just to help your church grow and to help you do and fulfill the mission of spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ. If you have any questions, reach out to us at info@webazoid.com.